About 2.5 years ago, what should have been an exciting time away from home for the first time didn't go exactly as planned. It turned into one of the worst times of my life. I was dealing with some serious medical problems, which are under control now, thankfully. On top of that, I was living in an apartment with a roommate whom I was assigned to and never met prior to move-in day. We had nothing in common and we barely talked, so it got pretty lonely. Point being, things had been building up for a couple of months. Well, on this particular day, my ex-best friend and I decided to get out for a little while. We were both going through some rough times, and it was peaceful to go out and ride around at night. Driving around usually has a soothing effect for me, especially when there's not traffic. Well, it's around 11 p.m. and somehow we are all the way up in Adairsville. We had been driving straight down Cobb Parkway for quite a while. At this point, we decided to turn around and head back home. I pulled a U-turn at the next light, which took a little while because we were in the middle of nowhere. Well, a couple lights later, there was a car waiting to turn. I was on the right side of the road going south towards Atlanta, while they were on the left side waiting to turn left. All of a sudden, I realized a Jeep was pulling a U-turn right in front of me. It scared the crap out of me, but I reacted in time to slow down and not hit them. They pulled in the left lane while I was in the right lane this whole time. Since they were in the other lane, I started to speed back up. Out of nowhere, my friend screams, "Victoria!" What felt like less than a second later, I realized the Jeep had pulled out right in front of me. It all happened so fast that I didn't even get a chance to react. I slammed on the brakes, but it was already too late. I slammed right into the back of that Jeep going 55 miles per hour. I have been in 6 car accidents, none of them my fault, but this was by far the worst one I've ever been in. Anyways, my friend and I got out, called the cops, and started talking to the Jeep driver. He was in his early 20s, probably high. He proceeded to call his mom, who said she was coming. I had to call my dad because we needed a ride home and the insurance wasn't under my name. Once he was off the phone, we started exchanging information. It didn't take the cops long to arrive. Immediately, the other driver told them that it was his fault and he wasn't paying attention. He just wanted to go get some cigarettes from the gas station, the only other car on the road at 11 p.m. I couldn't believe that he didn't see me. We had to wait while the cops took our information. At one point, he said he would love a smoke right now, and my friend proceeded to agree. Mind you, this conversation was very uncomfortable. 1, because I don't smoke, and 2, because here's my best friend bonding with the person who just basically destroyed my car. Eventually, his mom and my dad got there. There was a lot of discussing between them and the cops. I just sat there feeling like a little kid being screamed at and lectured. It was really rough. A tow truck took my car because it wasn't drivable and I didn't even know where he took it. The other driver's Jeep was fine, his spare tire was what tore my car up. Eventually everything was settled, or so we thought. This is where it gets bad. It turns out the other driver was actually uninsured and the insurance information he gave us was expired. Somehow the cops didn't catch it. Then they didn't file the police report for over a week. Not too long after that, we found out that my car was totaled. It was a very depressing time. Luckily, we had uninsured motorist insurance, but we had to pay the $1,000 deductible for our insurance company to get the settlement money from my car. In the end, everything was okay. I got a brand new car about a month after the accident and moved back home. One of the hardest things about all of this was that my parents lost their trust in me. Over time, I was able to rebuild the relationship, and it's good to have finally earned back their trust.